Good afternoon, everyone. It's hard to believe that it is already Friday, June the 5th today. I'm Ben Signer with Mark Cutlet Seeds, and it has been a whirlwind of activity around our offices for the last 3 weeks or so. Planting really only got into full swing towards the middle of May this year, and now basically 3 weeks later, the majority of the crop is out of the ground, and only some isolated forage stands remain to be seeded. With that in mind, please note that next Friday, June the 12th, is our returns deadline for 2026. So please bring back any pallets, pro boxes, and unopened usable bags of seed to our office by next Friday for a full refund. If you have issues getting it back and you need some help, we do have a truck and trailer on the road, so please reach out to us and we should be able to pick it up at your farm if needed. Also next week, on Wednesday morning at 8:30, we will be hosting an emergence meeting right here in this corn PKP at the corner of Highway 210 and 31 East. So we'll be starting at 8:30 in the morning for some hot breakfast wraps, some coffee, as well as some fellowship. And then we'll be looking at the stand that's emerged here, and we'll be discussing what you're seeing out there as well, and what we can expect for the rest of the season. If you'd like to show up, please let us know in advance so we can order some hot food for you. With all of those cold temperatures that we've had this spring, we were a bit behind in terms of weeds emerging, and this was also extrapolated on based on how much additional tillage was done this spring to try to fix some of those problems from last fall's very wet conditions. As a result, most fields were clean when we planted, but now with those 2 rains that we've been blessed with earlier this week, we're going to have an incredible amount of weeds really flushing out of the ground over the next week or 2. So with both soybeans and corn being row crops, it's going to be very important to have those fields clean for that critical weed-free period. So if you have questions, please reach out to us in terms of tank mixes or staging, or if you don't want to call us, feel free to pick up one of these field crop protection guides. They're available through Manitoba agriculture offices and really have all of the answers that you're looking for. One thing to note is that there are going to be some extremes in terms of temperature over the next number of days. So we do have this high humidity right now, as well as some temperatures over 30 degrees on the weekend here. So we should keep that in mind and follow the recommendations and instructions on the crop guide protection or on your herbicide labels as well. So we know there's a lot of dicamba and XtendiMax being sprayed both on corn and soybeans, but please note that you should not be spraying those if the temperatures are going to be over 30 degrees with high humidity being another factor as well. So please be respectful of your neighbors as well as your family's gardens. There are going to be some issues with drift if guys are out here spraying with dicamba over the next couple of days. For myself, this is my favorite time of year. For the last 6 months, we've been making some plans on paper, dreaming. Eventually, products show up in the back of a truck, in a box or a bag with a seed label on it, but now they're actually coming out of the ground and they're full of potential. They're just living plants that are incredible, and I'm always excited to see them at this time of year. For the next number of months, I'm excited to walk around through many fields, preferably in flip-flops and not too many days of rubber boots, and just seeing this potential grow. We love making some fertilizer recommendations for in-season, some biologicals that we're really excited about, or just some crop protection products to maintain that yield potential as high as possible. And then of course in fall, there's always the way wagon season, which is kind of the cherry on top for the season. Next, we'll hear from some of the other staff members about what they're seeing and what they're excited about.
Hi everyone. Thank you again for the continued support at Mark Cutlet Seeds. We had a great spring. Crops are looking fantastic. Beautiful rain that we had. And we have a bit of a new team with Carmel and Janessa and Chris, and we're looking forward to working with all those people. It's 100 years for Pioneer, 45 years for Mark Cutlet Seeds, and we're extremely excited to celebrate that this summer. Karis has planned a bunch of events, and we look forward to connecting with all our customers and celebrating that. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Karis. This spring we have noticed some uneven emergence, especially with that hot spell after planting, which has made a bit of a crust on the top and baked the dirt, especially in the heavier soils. Some of that earlier planted corn or soybeans also has some cold stress with that classic corkscrew and leafing out underground. If you have any questions about your plant stand, please reach out to us. This summer, I'm most looking forward to the celebrations for Pioneer's 100th anniversary. We're going to have events at Mark Cutlet Seeds and at Pioneer as well. I'm also looking forward to walking fields with customers and visiting some of our plots. We have an extraordinary amount of plots again this year for corn, soybeans, and canola. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Chris. With the majority of seeding being done, we have shifted our focus to scouting fields that did not receive the KB seed treatment for cutworm. We are happy to report in our scouting we have not noticed any huge cutworm pressure and the fields are turning out great. What I'm looking forward to this summer is just gaining more knowledge of the corn, soybeans, and canola that we sell with the Pioneer brand, and just getting out there and experiencing everything that Pioneer has to offer.
Thanks again for tuning in to the Marquette Lit Seeds video updates. Once again, we're going to strive to launch one every week throughout the growing season to keep everyone updated. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know. Thanks again for watching and enjoy the warm weather this weekend.